Look alive, look alive. Welcome to another EI Mindset training brought to you by UCYBL Ministry. I'm your coach, Coach Mike II, and what we're going to go over today, what we're going to talk about in this training is the control factor. Yes, the control factor. Now, because we make so many decisions, right? A lot of us make many decisions, and in making these decisions in life, and these decisions they can be very difficult when we're making them, right? They can cause some type of emotional instabilities within us, and making these tough choices. I want to ask you a question here today. What is your emotional response to the decisions that you have to make? When you have a control, or should I say, when you have a hand in things, we can tend to get a little emotional with many decisions that we need to make, right? Not knowing which decision to put first, trying to put priorities in front of the priorities, with the priorities still on the back burner because we have to take care of those priorities, right? It's like priority after priority, and we're trying to decide which priority to put first. Now we have to do this to get there, and we have to do this to get that, and we have to go here, and we have to go there, and we have to get this done, and we have to get that done, et cetera, et cetera. We can get in such a situation where we don't know what to do. We don't know which situation to put in first. And in this case, for some, it can cause an anxiety situation, right? We can have a bunch of anxiety, the worry that's on your mind about this particular decision or this particular situation, the pressure that you have on your chest. I know some of y'all felt that anxiety pressure. That's no joke. That's no joke. You feel that pressure coming in on your chest and it's weighing you down, almost having panic attacks about the decision that we need to make, about the decision that we think we must make. I want to put a key word right there and put a pin on it. Think that we need to make. Now, what this does, this can lead to extra stress, right? We can become so stressed out that we're overwhelmed. We're feeling the pressure of being overwhelmed. We're not wondering, or we're not worrying about our current situation. We're just worrying about the things that we cannot do. We're worried about our situation, our circumstance, the decision that's placed before us. We're stressed out and overwhelmed about what's going on or what may happen. We don't even know if it may happen on some situations. There's choices that are presented at our feet, the choices that we are faced with, it really puts the pressure on. It can really put the pressure on us. Now, understand this. Understand this about pressure. Pressure can do one of two things. Pressure can either burst pipes or can also make a diamond, right? Both things under pressure can cause the pressure to burst or cause a diamond to be made. Now, I know what you're saying. I know what you might be saying. Coach Mike, I ain't trying to hear all that cliche stuff. I ain't trying to hear all that, man. You don't understand my situation. You don't know what I'm going through. You don't know the kind of stress I'm dealing with. And it may bring about this type of question. It may bring about, are you too emotionally invested? When we're going through situations, it may have you pause and said, hey, am I too emotionally invested in this particular choice, in this particular decision, in this situation? Maybe all the choices that you think you need to make have you asking this question: am I too emotionally invested in this particular situation? Why am I acting this way? Why am I feeling this type of way over this particular situation or choice? So what do you do when you get to this point? Guys, what do you do? What when you get to a point where you're trying to put priorities in front of the priorities, and you're trying to put choices in front of choices and decisions in front of decisions, and you sit back and you get to a point where, stop all this. Am I getting too emotionally invested? What do you do when you get to this point, Saints? I'm sure a lot of us have been here. I know I have. And I know a lot of you all have probably been here as well. And I'm going to give you this tool that, if you think about it, this will help you get through some of the choices. And the number one tool that we want to talk about today, when you having priorities in front of the priorities, choices after choices, decisions after decisions, we want to make this point in our mind is to change our focus of control. What do you focus on, guys? Is it on the things that are in your control, or are we too emotionally invested in those things that have nothing to do with us? Now, true enough, some situations will affect us in some type of way, but we have to bring forth in our minds, are we too emotionally invested in the things that is completely out of the power of our control in this situation? Yes, it might affect us, but is there something that we can do about it? Now, no matter what situation you're going through, no matter what circumstance or what choices you're faced with, whether it's with your children, them going off to school, or if you're in the two-parent household, them going over that parent's house and coming back, and is it with your coworkers, or you're going to a job that you probably don't like, or maybe you do like, it's just the people that's in there. Is it your significant other? Is it with your occupation? Is it with your doctor's report? You see, when we change our focus of control, what happens is we are able to zoom in on what we are responsible for, what is in our power of control. When we're changing our focus, guys, changing our focus of control, it allows us to see things more clear in the aspect of what we can control. Right, it zooms in and it changes our focus, and it presents a light, or shine a light on the things that we are in control of. It allows us to see things more clear in the aspect of what we can control, and grow blinders to the things that we need to leave with God, grow blinders to the things that we need to leave on the back burner. Now, I'm not saying forget about your situation. I'm not saying forget about the problem or forget about the choices. What I am asking you, is there something you can do about it? What can you do about it? You see, when we change our focus, guys, we're able to make a game plan, right? We're able to make a strategy. We're able to strategically plan out and navigate through the troubled waters. When we find out what is in our control, and not worry about the things that we can't, because we can't do nothing about it. There's nothing that we can do. There's nothing that is in our power, in our focus, that we can look at this situation and say, hey, I can control this. I am responsible for this. No. When we strategically think about the things that are in our control, priority after priority, well, out of these priorities, what is my responsibility within these priorities? What is my control within these priorities? When we are able to strategically plan out our path to our goals, we should be developing an EI mindset. So when we planning out our path for our goals, what do I need to surround myself to better myself to be better? What do I need to control in this particular situation to make the situation even better? Kind of like with our children, we can't be in control over the stress that we over that the stress that they deal with outside of the home, right? We can make our home peaceful, serenity, educated. We can this is be the home of knowledge. But are you in control over the things that they have to deal with out there? No. Our control is to plant the seeds within our children so they can go out, and when they go through their situation and circumstance, they can remember the seeds that we planted at home. You see, it's all about becoming the best you so that you can become more productive in life. Guys, if you can't control the situation, if you can't control the circumstance, then we should allow the higher power to make a way, and we should focus only on the things that are in our power and control. So let's stop being emotionally invested in the things that are out of our power, and start getting a focus, re-geared focus on the things that are in our control and in our power. If this video has touched you in any kind of way, Don't forget to like and share with your friends and family because a lot of us dealing with certain situations and we don't know what to do. Well, this will help. This tool will help you gear a focus on the things that you can control so you can navigate through these troubled waters. The EI Mindset Training Program has been brought to you by UCYBL Ministry, a 501c3 nonprofit charity. Please visit us at www.unitedcybl.org. That's www.unitedcybl.org. Follow us at UCYBL Ministry and support the ministry with your tithes, with your offering, with donations at paypal.me/ not the backslash, / United CYBL. This is Coach Mike II. Remember that self work is the best work. So let's get to work. Peace.